This is a first chapter video narration of Rearview Reflections of Arlington, Texas by Danny Armstrong. Please get the full book from your favorite store. Also, like and share this video, and subscribe to the channel for more of these contents. Let's begin. To grow up in the 50s and 60s in Arlington, Texas. Talk about good luck. All of us kids of the 1950s and 1960s, who grew up in Arlington, Texas, were the most fortunate of all kids before and after. Hands down. The war was over. Aircraft and auto manufacturing companies were moving into the North Texas economic area. We had cheap land, plentiful labor, and low taxes. The new opportunities were abundant, and the big corporations doubled down. All the new families from many areas of the country were thrown together. As the companies moved in their crucial management teams and became stronger for it. As a community, we were thrown and bonded together, growing to meet the challenges of the future. We were not faced with climate change issues, nor with racial prejudice, like other kids. My concern was, what's for supper, and when can I drive? The balance of politics was almost insignificant. I think those concerns are still relevant. I still really want to know what's for dinner. Elvis was a big deal and Sinatra was getting older. Gunsmoke and Bonanza were prime time, as was a rather new thing. Televised sports. Bucket seats were becoming popular, as well as high-performance engines, and for speed floor shift transmissions. What a period in time. After World War II, South Side and North Side, later renamed Kuchen, were the only elementary schools in town. Maxie Spear and West Side were yet to come. Coach Mayfield Workman, in 1947, had just been hired as an assistant coach to help bring Arlington High into state recognition. Coach Workman had a task, but he had great support from the community, the entire Goodwin and Hollingsworth families, and all of the H.S. Colt Brotherhood. He was successful. GM came to town in 1952, thanks to our great mayor, Tommy Vandergriff, and the town boomed. Arlington State College still played ball in the old, stone-encircled stadium, coached by Chena Gilstrap. Arlington was indeed in a transition. From a little rural town of 4,500 folks after the war, we were growing at an astounding rate. By 1957, we were about 10,000 folks. The nearby aircraft companies of Chance Vought, Bell, and General Dynamics, along with General Motors, had evolved Arlington into a dynamic metropolis. What once was a quiet little suburb was now a thriving economic center. As time evolved, Tommy V, sadly, no longer called the HS football games at the SC stone-walled stadium, and the stadium came down. Back to the center of my point. What a great place to grow up. We could ride our bikes all over town. Just be home for supper was our mother's command. In the summer we could ride bikes over to Southside School for a fun activity. They had a fire escape from the second floor that was a huge, curved playground slide, like a half-pipe. We could climb up and slide down. It was a sad day when they tore it down. We could ride west toward the future Lake Arlington and watch the earth movers working. Some of the equipment would be abandoned as they could not get it out in time when the flood water came rushing in, prematurity. To fill the big hole in 1957, we could ride south, beyond the triangle of pines at Park Row, all the way past South Davis School to Johnson Station, and, on occasion, we would go north, past Al's Drive-In on North Collins, beyond where they were beginning to build the new DFW Turnpike, always home by supper. But, on one occasion, we were running late. Luckily we hailed down a pickup truck. The truck, a beautiful white and red 1957 Chevy Cameo, was driven by Ted Arnold, a future driver for Vance Hunt, a fuel dragster champion. Go figure. Nice guy, and we were saved. The thing that is most amazing to me about that time was the literal spider web of personal connections we had in a small town. If the kid wasn't in my church, or kindergarten, or grade school, or Little League team, or Cub Scouts, or Mrs. Carlson's swim class, or in the neighborhood, or if his parents didn't know my parents, it was an absolute miracle. That kid must be new. Anyway, I am so thankful to have been a part of growing Arlington at that time, and for those friends. So many friends for life, literally. What a blessing. Thanks, friends.